Okay, we're joined by the University of Pittsburgh. Coach, if we could have an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
I'd like to congratulate Nebraska on advancing and a hard-fought win and a great season. We were close. We weren't quite good enough tonight in a couple areas. So it stings because we feel like we could have played a little bit better. But what hasn't stung at all is spending time with this group all year. I'm really proud to be associated with this team and our city, and I'm just so grateful for all the hard work of our teams put in this year, and especially for the four seniors who I care about dearly. And it was always going to be a sad ending to say goodbye to them, even if we won it. So they will be very dearly missed.
Okay, questions? Front left.
Craig Meyer from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Dan, you had talked about some of those mistakes there, some of the shortcomings. What did you things like service errors stand out from looking at the box score, but what to you were, I guess, some of the bigger mistakes that you saw from your team tonight?
Well, the service errors were a factor, and but mostly I just thought that we didn't have a great night offensively. Not one of our pins hit over 200. That's the first time ever. I mean, I think even in the last couple of years, I don't ever remember a game like that. So it's hard to beat a team without at least one of your pins having a pretty good night. I was proud of our defensive effort, but I guess if I was impressed by one thing with Nebraska, I was really impressed with their serving. It was they kept the heat on us all night, and they definitely. I thought the serve pass would be closer. I feel like they definitely won that.
All right.
Griffin Floyd, Pittsburgh Sports Now. After the game was over, you guys kind of shared a moment with some Panther fans down on the baseline. Can you guys tell me what went into that and just kind of what was going on there?
With the fans in the stands? Yeah, so, after we kind of got it together with each other, shared our moments with each other as a team, we obviously had a pretty good family and friends section, and so to be able to go and, be with them in that moment was special. We have people that traveled in from all over to be here for the night, and so sharing a moment with them, our family, our loved ones who have supported us for 5 years in Pittsburgh meant a lot.
Back left.
Alex Lembeck, Panther Lair. When you guys are in that fourth set trying to claw back from an early deficit, what are you guys telling each other in between points as you come together on points you win and points you lose?
I think the main thing we were just telling each other is just at any moment we can play better, Something Fish said was, it doesn't matter what we've done the last two sets, it matters what we do right now. So I think we were trying to echo that with each other.
Anything else? Right here, front left.
Yeah, I guess defensively for Nebraska, you can look at some of the stats going into this match as far as opponents' hit percentage. I mean, as players, the ones who are out there having to face them, where do you sort of see those challenges that they present defensively the most? What makes them such a difficult team to go against?
I think their defense didn't affect us maybe as much as it shows. I think it was our offense that struggled a lot. Whether it was setting, whether it was out of system setting, or anybody else setting, and then our hitters not being in rhythm and getting to the ball, and then when we get a good set, not taking advantage of it. I would say that factor was more on our side of the net than what they were doing.
Middle left.
Lincoln Area, Omaha World Herald. Kayla, Coach said that Nebraska stressed y'all on with their serve. What was it like playing serve receive, and what was going on out there on that aspect?
Yeah, I think I just don't know if our vision as passers was good enough. And then stemming from that, if, and by vision, I mean, are we looking at the arm? Are we looking where they're facing and turning, things like that? And then I just don't think that we were tough enough in there. Serve receive is a pretty big mental game. And when you're constantly getting served at again and again and again, you gotta be gritty. And I don't think we showed enough grit back there tonight.
Front left.
Y'all have been asked a little bit earlier about an interaction, with some fans after the match. There, there was a moment before then when the two of you and Kylie were on the court and kind of embraced, and then went over to coaches and hugged them. What in moments like that do y'all say to each other? And I guess what's that like to kind of be able to savor those final moments as a team out there on the court?
All we can really say is I love you. There's not a lot of words you can put together to sum up so many years of time spent together, memories created together. There's not really a sentence that covers it. And so it was just a lot of I love you, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you. We've put a lot of work in, but we've also just put a lot of work into our relationships. And I think in that moment, it's just gratitude for that. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's check with Zoom real quick to see if we have any questions.
Thank you. No questions on Zoom.
Okay, return here. Anything else? Sure, back here, front left.
Dan, we can look at all the wins and all the accomplishments of this program over the past 5 years, but for someone who's seen it up close, what sort of an impact and a legacy had these two players left with this program?
Well, I think they're two of the greatest Pitt players ever for any sport. They're both on the varsity walk already, which is unique. But they've set the tone for how we do business for the last 5 years, and I don't know if I can put it into words. They just I love them both a lot, and we would not be here without them.
And for Kayla and she both, when it's obviously difficult to process in a moment like this, but when when it sort of settles and the pain subsides a bit, when y'all look back on your time at Pitt, what do you think y'all look back on with the most fondness?
Just how life-changing it was, and the woman that I've become because of my time here. When I was just up with my mom, she was like, who would have thought that, when you were 16 years old and committed to come here, that this is where you would be. And so a lot of gratitude, and just a whole lot of love.
I think I'll be most grateful for just all the good people that I have in my life now. This has just been a place where I'm just surrounded by good people every day. And that is priceless, 100%, because I think it's easy to get lost in the grind and the day in, day out, and not really just look around and be like, wow, I'm around good people every day. That is amazing. And every day new freshmen come in, new transfers come in, and it's just good people. And that's what I'm gonna look back on. It's just wow, I got to be around a lot of really cool and good people. And people like Kayla and people like Fish that I'm just gonna have in my life forever. So I'm gonna be thankful for that. Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you so much.